Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Do you find yourself in situations where you need to start a conversation with someone and you don't know what to say? Perhaps it's the first time you're meeting them, or maybe it's not even the first time you've met them and the conversation is just dry. Maybe you start, but after 3 minutes, you find that there's nothing to talk about. So that's you having a challenge with interpersonal communication. You find it difficult starting and holding a conversation. There are some of us who can talk with people for 2, 3 hours and it never gets boring. You never have those awkward moments where you go, so what do we talk about? And why are you quiet? Why are you not saying anything? Especially those long calls we have with friends. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to get comfortable with interpersonal communication. So how do you get comfortable with interpersonal communication? Come with me. At the end of this class, you're expected to be able to begin and hold conversations with strangers by asking about them or commenting on a mutual situation. Now, relax. It's actually easy. Yeah, it is easy. So let's see, quick questions. You want to get a pen and paper, or you want to have the answers in your head, whatever it is. Let's see. How do you feel when you walk into a room full of strangers? How do you feel? How do you feel? Uneasy? How do you feel? Embarrassed, shy, scared? You probably want to run out. Okay, so write your answer somewhere. Write your answer. Write your answer. Then, do you tremble at the thought of making conversations with people you don't know? How do you feel when you have to make conversations with people you don't know? Do you get scared? Do you feel like this is something I don't want to do? Are you uncertain of how it will go? Do you have fears? Perhaps you don't want to be vulnerable. How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you tremble at the thought? Then, do you think others find you boring during conversations? Are you one of those who try to rehearse? Okay, I'm going to be with this person for an hour. The first 5 minutes I'll talk about this, then I'll ask about that, and I'll mention this. So, what do you think others perceive you as when it comes to conversations? Do you think they find you boring? Then do you avoid gatherings to just to escape these unpleasant feelings? Do you, oh, there's a party, and I'm not going. Or if I'm coming, I'm just going to keep to myself. Or yeah, do you avoid gatherings just because you don't know how to start conversations or hold conversations with people? Write your answers. Write your answers. Write your answers. Do you have your answers? Okay, let's go. So, how essential are conversations to you? How essential are they? So, let's look at it. Talking to others open us up to new ideas. Yeah. So I'm a communication trainer. I'm talking with a lawyer. I get to know new things. They're telling me things from their perspective. I'm learning from them. What else? It enhances our personal and professional leverage. So personally, I'm growing. I'm learning new things. I'm gaining more confidence. And professionally, it helps me. I learn how to do my work better. So I'm talking with a lawyer, for instance, I will probably learn better ways to go about my contracts and other forms of agreements with my clients. I'm talking with the banker, I'm learning better ways to invest my money. So what have conversations done for you? What else have conversations done for you? Think about it. Think about it. You probably want to write it. Think about it. Okay. So if conversations are that important, with the points I've stated, with the ones that you have in mind, the ones you've written, if conversations are that important, why do we hesitate? We know that conversations help us. So why do we hesitate? You're nervous. Yeah, you're shy. I'm an introvert. I'm not into this talking to people. It drains me. Yeah, I know. Why else do you hesitate? Why? Think about it. Think about it. What are your challenges? Because we're going to deal with those challenges in this lesson. Are you ready? Yes, you are. So let's look at the levels of communication. There are You have the small talk, you have fact disclosure, you have viewpoints and opinions, and you have personal feelings. And usually, this is how conversations grow. You start with the small talk, then you disclose facts, you give your opinions, your viewpoints about the facts and situations, and then you discuss your personal feelings. It may be awkward if you just jump straight to personal feelings. Oh, I don't like this political party. And that person belongs to the political party. Oh, I don't like people who are X, people who are Y. So you want to be careful. You don't want to go straight to your opinions because, hey, no one asked you. It may just be awkward. Like, why are you telling me all this? You've not even started a conversation. So usually these are the levels of communication. Remember, small talk, facts disclosure, viewpoints and opinions, personal feelings. SFVP if you want. So let's look at S, small talk. So you want to say something about the weather. Usually with small talks, you want to start something that you're sure the person can talk about. You want to start something, you want to start talking about something that is general. So in 2020, for instance, one thing that everybody in the world could talk about was COVID-19. Yeah, it affected virtually everybody somehow. So no matter who you're talking about, where you're talking, COVID-19 was probably a good way to start a conversation. Or you want to talk about the weather. So you're in a virtual meeting and the weather in your part of the world is not the same as the weather in the part of the other person's where the other person is, then you probably don't want to talk about the weather. Or you want to talk about the weather at their end and then relate it to yours. Or you want to talk about COVID. Or you want to start a conversation about your immediate surroundings. Oh, traffic congestion has been terrible lately. You want to talk about the elections that just ended. You want to talk about the police. You want to talk about the youth. You want to talk about current events. Oh, what has the situation of the country been like? So, small talk. Yeah. So you look at someone, you want to start a conversation, say with that lady or with that handsome guy, you don't know where to start. You just don't want to ask for their number directly. Or you say, oh, it's been hot lately. And they probably agree. Yeah. And so, yeah, starting something. Or do you go this route every day? Traffic congestion is a lot. This is my first time on this route, and I can't even imagine people do this daily. And then they go on and on and on. Yeah, so you don't want to start with a yes or no question. Like, oh, do you go this route daily? Yes, no. You want to say something like, how's it been on the road lately? It's been amazing how everywhere has been peaceful despite the elections. Something, just start something. So how do you know during a small talk if you should advance to level 2? How do you know? How do you know? You probably want to check the vibes of the person. You probably want to see what side they're on and what you're talking about. You probably want to see what topic of your small talk they're interested in. Because you probably want to try a few topics to see which they are most active on. Then you want to pick it from there. Then you move to fact disclosure. Then talk about not so personal facts, mutual interests. At this point, you know what they're interested in from the small talk. You want to discuss your occupation and hobbies. So now you know that, oh, they're in traffic for 3 hours every morning going to work. So you say, oh, you're a freelancer, you work from home, you can go 2 weeks without being on the road, traffic congestion is strange to you. Maybe, yeah, something like that. So yeah, your occupation. Or you're usually not on the road on Fridays. You go play football. Today is just different because you need to pick something somewhere. Mutual interests. Oh, you love listening to music in transit too. Oh yeah, same here. In fact, sometimes I see movies. Fact disclosure. And not so personal facts. Oh, I think the election was fair. Maybe it could have been better. Perhaps if there was no violence in this part of the country, yeah, not so personal facts. Then, if of course, you need to watch, see if they're interested. You don't force conversations on people. Sometimes people aren't just interested. It's okay, leave them. But if they are, from small talk to fact disclosure, you move to viewpoints and opinions. Yes, so you want to share opinions about social, political, and economic issues. Now, you've moved from fact disclosure to your opinion. So I think this person would have been a better candidate. Oh, maybe if this person contested, they would have won because they seem to be better at driving the economy. What do you think? Remember, don't ask yes or no questions. Ask questions that will bring explanations and then more explanations. And before you know it, you're talking for an hour and you're wondering, hey, what have we been talking about? Then discover each other's stance on various matters. Oh, do you like when it's cold? Oh, you prefer the hot weather? Oh, you prefer that political party? Oh, you would rather eat in this restaurant? Yeah, viewpoints and opinions. Then, if it's going well, discuss personal feelings. So, disclosure of more personal feelings. You want to talk about your success and struggles. Oh, so now you want to tell them how it has been for you as a freelancer working from home. Sometimes I really just wish I had people around. It's difficult for us bachelors who live alone. Oh, I would rather do a 9 to 5. Oh, if I had to join a political party, it would be that party. Yeah, so discuss feelings, personal feelings. And at this stage, trust me, you're more confident about your conversation. You know this person more. Virtually every form of awkwardness is gone and you're enjoying it. You have probably got to your destination, but you don't want to part ways anymore. Then it's easier getting their number at this point. Works like magic. Okay, so let's see. Let's do some practical. So, can you identify the levels of communication in this conversation? So Shola goes, "Hi, my name is Shola. I don't think we've met." Ngozi, "No, we haven't. I'm Ngozi." And Shola, "I'm pleased to meet you, Ngozi. Ghazali told me a lot about you." Then Ngozi goes, "Yes, I've known him for 8 years now. We attended the same secondary school and we're in the same faculty at the University of Lagos." Oh, Shola goes, "Oh, you must be good friends then." Then Ngozi replies, "Yes, Ghazali is a good friend, really. He got me my current job and has taught me so much these past years. Everyone needs a friend like Ghazali, really." And Shola says, "I can testify to all these. He's that friend who's always there." So, write in the comment section. I want to see. Tell me, what levels of communication have you identified? And you probably want to say at what stage in the conversation this came in, that came in. So let's try. Yeah, you can do it, right? Sure, you can. So, what have you noticed? Tell me, what have you noticed? Your first conversation with a stranger generally involves three subjects: yourself, the other person, and mutual situations. And these are not so difficult to talk about. I always say that the easiest thing to talk about is myself. The easiest thing to talk about is yourself. You know yourself so well. I guess you do. Yeah, you don't need to do any research to talk about yourself. You don't need to be so knowledgeable. You don't need to be so intelligent. It's yourself. Yeah, and people can hardly argue with you. They want to talk about the other person. You don't want to make it all about yourself. You're just meeting them. You want to know about them. Yes, so the other person. So balance it. Yourself, the other person. Don't put them in a difficult situation where you're just talking about them. You know that point in the conversation where people say, okay, enough about me. So what have you been up to? So balance it. Then you want to talk about a mutual situation or mutual situations. If you are both in a meeting, for instance, it means you already have something in common. If it's a meeting on investment, then investment is something to talk about. If it's a religious gathering, then you probably want to talk about religion. You probably want to talk about that gathering. You probably want to talk about other religious situations. So there is always something to talk about. Yourself, the other person, mutual situations. What else have you noticed? All four levels of communication entail open-ended questions and detailed responses. All four. Yes or no questions just make conversations boring. Do you live around? Yes. And everybody's quiet. Oh, what have you been? Oh, why? Okay, no, that's not a yes or no question. Have you been on buses like this before? No, this is my first time. Okay, everybody's quiet. So instead of do you live around here? Oh, if you live around here, how has it been with the traffic situation? Oh, it's been this. They say something for at least 10 seconds. They say something. Then you pick something from there. So open-ended questions, detailed responses. Don't be the yes or no person too. So at that moment, what else have you noticed? Whatever have you noticed? Share them, share them, share them, share them, share them. So now it's time to practice. Now it's time to practice. Are you ready? 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 Yes, so go start a small talk with someone and watch it advance, watch it advance, watch it advance. You're not just watching it, you're making it advance. Yeah. And come back, come back, come back, come back to the channel and come comment. Oh, I used what you taught me, and this is what I noticed. This is how it went. Oh, what if it goes this way? How do I? And I'll definitely reply. Okay. So, guys, I'm sure you've had an amazing time learning and I can teach English. Always check this space for more lessons on communication. And it's all about learning English and communication in fun ways. So subscribe. You haven't subscribed. Come on, subscribe, 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 subscribe. Then like the video because I'm sure you actually like it. Drop a comment. Remember, there's an exercise in the lesson. Drop a comment. Come back to drop more comments and share. You don't want to enjoy this alone. Share. You just may be sharing with someone who you will have a conversation with. So imagine I have visited I can teach English. I have got comfortable with interpersonal communication. Then I share it on social media. Someone else sees the video and I get to meet that person next week. Yay! Interpersonal communication. It's easy for both of us. All right. See you next time. Bye.